everyone, welcome to Mandy Loves Japan and welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to cook something for you that was the very first bit of Japanese cooking that I ever tasted. Taking you back to when I was 13 years old and I was lucky enough to have an exchange student come and stay with me in my home in Australia. This is okonomiyaki. Okay, so okonomiyaki is basically a Japanese version of soul food. Now, first of all, I need to explain some of the ingredients that I have here. There are a lot of ingredients in the whole recipe, but the basic recipe is very, very simple. So the first thing we have is okonomi mix. So this is a mixture of flour with a little bit of dashi, which is fish flavored seasoning. I've made these a lot, and as I said, this is one of the first Japanese cuisines that I ever tried. Today I'm going to add something new. I was given this. It's a mountain yam, and I've tried this in a number of different things before. I don't really rate it because it's quite slimy in texture, and you'll see that when I start to peel it and grate it. But I've heard that it does make your okonomiyaki very fluffy and delicious, so I'm going to give that a crack today. So I'm going to be making quite a large batch because I have a number of people in my family and we need to all have enough food to eat. So my first step is to slice up the cabbage. We want to make this cabbage quite fine because it is going to mix through the batter. So what I tend to do is just slice it like this, making sure that it's not too long. Some people like it very long. I prefer it to be quite short, the strips, because it does tend to mix through the batter more easily. Okay, mountain yam is a root vegetable and it is very slimy. When you first peel it, it doesn't look so bad, but you can see that it's, well, maybe you can't see, but I can feel it's quite slippery and slimy. So what we do is we use this little guy. It's like a grater, but it's not actually a grater. It doesn't go through. Apparently, this is an amazing hack for your okonomiyaki. So I've got that in there. Okay, so now I've got my cabbage and my mountain yam in my bowl. The next thing I want to do is add my egg and my flour. I'm going to start with the flour. I've got my cup measurement here. We want 3 cups because I'm doing a triple batch. Now, I mentioned before that this is one of the first foods that I had of Japanese cooking, and it's one of the reasons why it's really special to me, but also it's just very, very delicious. A lot of uni students like to eat okonomiyaki because it's pretty healthy because it does have a lot of cabbage in it. It also is relatively easy to make, cheap, and relatively fast. So it's a really useful food to know how to cook. So now I'm going to add my eggs. I first experienced this food when I was 13 and I had my very first exchange student. It was described to me then as Japanese pizza. I wouldn't really call it pizza, though I guess there are similarities. I would more call it a savory pancake. The last thing I need to add to this is my water. Now I've already pre-measured my water. I'm just not going to put the whole lot in just yet, just in case the consistency is a little wrong, because I do have that extra moisture from the yam. So it's really, really straightforward. You just add all the ingredients together, mix it in. So before I actually put this on the stove and show you how that's cooked, I want to show you some of the condiments that are used on okonomiyaki. Negi, or spring onions, okonomi sauce, mayonnaise, katsu flakes, bonito fish that's been dried and very, very finely sliced, aonori. The other thing that is great about okonomiyaki. It actually means okonomiyaki, cooked how you like it. So there's no real rules about what you can and can't add to the top of your okonomi. I'm going to turn on the gas. We need the pan to be quite hot, and we need a good bit of oil on it as well. But the first time I cooked this meal was only about 10 years ago. And the reason for that is because I had an exchange student teacher staying with me in Australia, and she wanted to cook for us, but she also wanted to show me how it was done. And I'm so grateful that she did, because it quickly became one of my kids' go-to favorite meals. Okay, so we've got this batter ready to go, and it basically cooks up like a pancake, but obviously it's got some other ingredients in. But we also need to add some protein. Today I'm going to be using pork, and this is Canadian pork, which is very nice, and I'll just show you how that happens. So first of all, we want to get our mixture, and we're going to put it in a nice little blob in the center of the pan. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Yeah, I can really tell the difference with the mountain yam in there. It's quite, like it sticks together really differently to what I'm used to. Okay, now with the pork, this is cut really, really finely. So it's very, very slim strips, which is great because it just adds this little bit of flavor. So what we do is we just lay it across the top of the pancake. Okay, and then we're going to cover that up. We're going to leave that there for about 1 to 2 minutes, depending on how long it takes to cook. So we just need to wait a little bit. That helps it to cook through, and it helps the pork to start to cook as well. And then we're going to flip it over and let the other side cook as well. Once the pancake's been flipped, we just put the lid back on and allow that to cook through a little longer. Once the pork is actually nice and golden brown, it should be ready to go. Okay, so this is done. Goes on the plate like that. And we're going to add some of our really traditional condiments. First of all, we add the okonomi sauce, which is brand new, so we're taking the seal off. Okay, some people like to just spread this all on and make it evenly coating the entire pancake, but I actually don't mind it like that. Next, we grab our mayonnaise and we make it all beautiful like that. Very reminiscent of an okonomiyaki restaurant. Now we want to add our nori. Shake that all over, give it a nice little bit of color. And we want to add our katsu flakes as well. And if we're lucky, you'll be able to see them dancing a little bit there. There you go. Finally, a little bit of negi, which is really delicious. And there you have it. Traditional okonomiyaki.
Itadakimasu. Oishikatta.
美味しかった？よかった。 Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. And see you next time. じゃあね。
じゃあね。